Hello, welcome, and thanks for attending this session. My name is Pete DiDomenico. I'm the Vice President of Solution Engineering at Appian. And in that role, I'm responsible for running our worldwide support organization. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this session. The session should be of interest to really anyone that wants to learn more about Appian support, what services we provide and how we provide them, but in particular to application or program owners that need to ensure or confirm what levels of services are available and that their applications are covered by the right set of support services, and also authorized support contacts. So those individuals named by their organizations to work with the Appian support team, creating cases, reporting issues, as well as taking any actions for Appian Cloud customers on their sites. We coordinate all of those activities and take those authorizations from support contacts. So hopefully this session will be useful to give an overview of how we work with our customers and what services we provide. We'll start by covering that we provide 3 levels of support to our customers. And this essentially will frame the agenda that we'll walk through. So I'm going to spend time in this session covering the services that we provide for Standard, Premier, and Premier Plus. All Appian customers receive Standard support, and they can optionally subscribe to Premier or Premier Plus if there are services in those offerings that are of use to the customer. So we will start with Standard support. For all customers, Appian Community is the first stop when you have questions, issues, problems. It's where our product documentation lives. It's where our knowledge base and the Appian playbook live. It's where you can have discussions with other Appian professionals, so other customers, partners, Appian employees as well. So asking questions, sharing best practices. It's where the app market is, so extensions to the platform that are developed by the community are published on the app market for use from the Appian community. And it's the entryway into support, which we'll cover here. So from Appian Community, users can access Appian Forum. Appian Forum is restricted, so more restrictive than Appian Community. Those individuals that are named as support contacts for their organizations will be provided access to Appian Forum. And this is where they go to create new cases, to manage those cases, and to effectively work with our support team on any tickets that they've created. It's also where they manage, you can manage users, not your application users, but your community users. So you can see which users from your organization are registered on Community. You can manage your support contacts through the user registration admin. And for our on-prem customers, it's where you go to download software, manage your licenses, and manage your installation records. Okay, on technical support. So we'll cover 2 bits for Standard support. The first is the live technical support services that we provide, and the second is for our Appian Cloud customers, the services that we provide for those. So with Standard support, our first interactions with our customers are when they first become a customer. So our team is responsible for welcoming our new customers to Appian and getting them set up with their initial configuration. So for Appian Cloud customers, that's provisioning the Appian Cloud sites and providing access to your site admins to start developing your applications. For on-prem customers, that's providing access to download the software and the license keys to install it. For live technical support, it's available Monday through Friday, local business hours. This is based on where you license the software. So our customers receive live technical support and the ability to work with our team in real time, Monday through Friday, local business hours. For Appian Cloud customers, quick overview of what's provided via Standard support. So the first is your applications are hosted by Appian and Appian Cloud. They're hosted on a dedicated single node production instance. We provide monitoring and alerting of those applications. We'll talk a bit more about that in an upcoming slide. We help all of our customers with any integrations that they need. So any connectivity that they need to establish from Appian Cloud to on-prem systems, most commonly databases. We help customers with plugins. Plugins themselves are community developed and community supported, but we help customers with deploying plugins to their site, undeploying plugins to their site. We also own review of new plugins, whether that's a privately developed plugin that you want to use for your site or a plugin that's made available on the app market. Our team does a review of the source code to confirm that it complies with Appian Cloud security policies and are deemed safe to run on your sites. We also provide a broad range of compliances. You can learn more about this at trustedappian.com, but this is available to all customers depending on their industries and their compliance, security and compliance requirements. And all standard customers have access to Appian Cloud Insights. Appian Cloud Insights is a view into the health of your applications. From Appian Cloud Insights, you can see some top-level metrics on the performance of your applications, as well as the resource utilization, memory, disk, and CPU. For monitoring, so all customers all Appian Cloud customers have their sites monitored by Appian Support 24/7, 365. So we're looking at the infrastructure that it's running on, the individual hardware instances and the health of those. We're looking at resource utilization, again, memory, disk, CPU. We're monitoring availability of applications. We're monitoring the health of your VPN tunnels. We're monitoring the health of the Appian engines. So a broad range of monitoring conditions that we always have eyes on. In the event a customer's application triggers an alert, the process that's followed is we validate those alerts. So again, 24/7, 365. If there's a critical alert on an application, we'll validate and determine if there is a legitimate problem there. In the event that there is, our support team will create a case on your behalf to notify you of the problem that we've detected and inform you of what steps that we're taking to either investigate or remediate the problem. All right, so cases get created in one of two ways. Our customers can create cases with questions or problems they have, but quite often for our Appian Cloud customers, we're creating those cases to let you know if we're detecting any problems with your applications and the work that we're doing to resolve those problems. The Appian support team is also responsible for all maintenance and upgrades of our customers' Appian Cloud sites. And these take a couple different forms. So the first is we take care of keeping all of those environments current with the latest security patches. This is performed globally, largely behind the scenes, no impact to your applications, but essentially offering you the assurance that the Appian Cloud environments are up to date with the latest and greatest security patches. We also perform any site maintenance that's required. So there's any number of reasons why site maintenance may be required. You may be picking up the latest hotfix. There may be VPN configuration work that we're doing for you. There may be site configuration changes, but essentially any time that we need to take applications offline to perform maintenance, that work's done by the Appian support team, and it's done in close collaboration with our customer support contacts on determining the scheduling for that, the actions to be performed during the maintenance, and the notification when the applications are back online after that maintenance. We're also responsible for keeping our customers current on Appian new releases. So as most probably know, Appian releases new versions each quarter. And so each quarter, the Appian support team is working with our customers to get their environments upgraded to the latest version of Appian. So again, another benefit of running on Appian Cloud, in addition to the monitoring, we also do the work of upgrading your systems. Again, this is also done in close collaboration with our customer support contacts. So 20.1 just released. We're in the process now of scheduling those sites. So we pick a date and time, but we give our customers an interface, self-managed upgrades, where they can shift those dates and times to best suit their needs. So we work with customers to perform these upgrades, but customers can ultimately control the timing as well as the sequencing and the staging of these upgrades. So you can put your lower environments on one date and your production environment a week later, for example. Okay, so that covers standard support. We'll now cover the services that are provided with Premier Support. There's two primary additions here. One is some additional technical support services, and the second is some changes in how we host those applications on Appian Cloud and some of the capabilities that we provide. So we'll talk about both, but I think the general theme here is critical applications. If you have critical applications that need to be available around the clock, Premier Support is aimed to address those needs. And that starts with making support available around the clock. Right? So with Premier Support, any critical issues, so priority 1 or priority 2 issues impacting production, are eligible for live technical support 24/7, 365. We also provide the support around any major events that are happening with your application, a new launch, deployment of new functionality, migrations, etc. So extending from standard support, which provides the business hours support, Premier Support extends that to 24/7, 365 for any production impact issues. How we accomplish that. So this is kind of a layout of our operations. So we have a team at our headquarters in the U.S. that covers the Americas. We have a team in London that covers our customers in EMEA, and we have a team in Sydney that covers our customers in APAC. But really, we're one big global team. So at the end of the day, in the US, there'll be a handoff to the team in Sydney. At the end of their day, a handoff to the team in London. And at the end of their day, back to the US, and we repeat that process. So we operate under a follow-the-sun model, Monday through Friday. Then on weekends, we have engineers that are available on call for those Premier customers for any critical production issues that they encounter. So those engineers are both doing that monitoring of the health of those applications, as well as responding in real time to customers that call in with any problems. That work is focused on production system recovery. Additionally, on the support side, we assign a lead solution engineer to the account. So the slide kind of covers some of the specific ways that they interact with your teams, but at a high level, the way I generally describe it is you have an extension of your team that sits in our support organization. Right, someone that gets to know you, gets to know your organization, gets to know your application and your objectives and key dates and milestones. They have regular check-ins with the customer to, they can take, really the agenda can be shaped by the customer working with their engineer, but typically we'll review open cases. We will do a check-in on things that are happening from the customer side, key dates that we should be aware of, any key initiatives that are underway. And we use that time also to share any relevant news coming out of Appian to keep you up to date with what we're up to. And this lead solution engineer kind of uses that context to help the broader team support your applications. So the lead engineer doesn't work all your cases. We leverage the specialization that we have in our support teams that focus on different areas of the platform, but they're a person that's essentially kind of keeping an eye out on your cases, making sure that they're progressing and doing regular check-ins with you. They're also an escalation point, right? So if there's ever a time where a case isn't progressing as quickly as you'd like, or the urgency of the case has changed. They're a person that you can call that knows you, that will work with our teams and advocate your needs. So that's on the support side. For Appian Cloud customers, the primary service that we provide is Appian Cloud High Availability. So where we talked about standard support, your production instance is hosted on a single node. With high availability, we host your production applications on 3 active nodes. So 3 active nodes distributed across 3 availability zones within the AWS region where your applications are hosted. They're all active, they're constantly replicating. And what this provides is that in the event of a failure of one of those nodes, your applications continue to be available. So a node goes down, our support team begins investigating and working to bring that node back up. In the meantime, your users are still able to use the application. We make a couple of guarantees with high availability. The first is a 1-minute recovery point objective. So this means that in the event of a failure, your applications would experience no more than 1-minute data loss. And the second is a 15-minute recovery time objective. And what this means is that, again, in the event of a failure, your applications will be unavailable for no longer than 15 minutes. So these are both guarantees that we provide with Appian Cloud High Availability to ensure that your applications are always online and available to your users. Some additional capabilities that are also available with Premier support for Appian Cloud customers are Bring Your Own Key, log streaming, and enhanced data pipeline. So just quickly on each, Bring Your Own Key allows you, the customer, to own and manage the key that's used for encrypting your data through your own AWS instance with a hardware security module. Log streaming allows you to receive the log files that are collected against your application to an on-premise system. So our customers will set up a syslog receiver on their end, will establish VPN connectivity to Appian Cloud from that, and then Appian Cloud will stream your log files down to that syslog receiver where you can integrate with your existing monitoring tools like Splunk or Kibana. And then enhanced data pipeline kind of works the other direction. Our customers are able to use their business intelligence analytic reporting tools that exist on premise and point those up into Appian Cloud, again through a VPN that we work with you to configure, to point to your Appian Cloud hosted database so that you can run your reports through your reporting tools natively as if the data were on site. So that summarizes Premier. Next, we'll cover Premier Plus. This is a new offering effectively being launched now. It was paired with the 20.1 release, but is available for customers of interest today. We provide some additional services that we've seen some demand for from some of our bigger clients across technical support, compliance and audit, and Appian Cloud. So I'll cover each. On the technical support side, so we've covered with standard, you have business hours support. With Premier, that's extended to 24/7 for Priority 1 and Priority 2 tickets. Premier Plus extends that to a follow the sun model Monday through Friday across all case priorities, right? So those P3 and P4 cases can be worked by any of our international offices, regardless of where you licensed the software. So this is commonly of interest to those customers that have people distributed globally, and not your application users. Well, your application users may be as well, but your application designers, your developers, your system admins, your support contacts, if they're distributed around the globe, Premier Plus enables them to receive live technical support Monday through Friday from whatever office kind of best aligns with their business hours. Again, across all case priorities. I should have noted all of these are additive, right? So standard support Premier Support, and then Premier Plus. Premier Plus has all the benefits of Premier plus these additional services. For compliance and audit, so we have a standard set of ways, industry standard set of ways that we demonstrate our compliance to customers. So again, more information, trust.appian.com has more information here, but our trust reports, our SOC 2, results of vulnerability and penetration testing that we do, our quarterly release testing. So we have these available to all of our customers. And additionally, the SIG questionnaire, right? Common questions about our compliance and our security controls and procedures. For those customers that need a more white glove or tailored approach to demonstrating compliance, Premier Plus aims to address that. So with Premier Plus, we allow our customers to send an auditor to our HQ and spend a day with our team. They can be run remote, but typically that's an on-site activity where you have access to our information security team, our subject matter experts, and our technical leadership to address your specific compliance questions and needs. Additionally, we provide an annual custom questionnaire. So in addition to the SIG, the standard information gathering, you can submit your own custom questions, which we will distribute to our subject matter experts to provide answers to. And then lastly, on Appian Cloud, we provide with Premier Plus, we host your applications in a dedicated virtual private cloud, dedicated VPC. So this provides two things. One is additional isolation from other Appian Cloud sites, and the second is really an ease of integration or connectivity to a customer-managed VPC. Right, so you have your Appian Cloud VPC, you have a customer-managed VPC with systems and resources managed by the customer, and you can connect those through AWS private link to create kind of a hybrid cloud. We also, with Premier Plus, provide larger instance sizes to run your non-production applications. We provide 500 gigs of additional storage that you can distribute across your environments in whatever kind of distribution you prefer in 100 gigabyte increments, but you can add disks to any of those environments from that pool of additional storage. And we also provide monthly data snapshot and refresh services. So what this is essentially being able to bring up a site on a previous snapshot of the site. So commonly used when you're migrating from wanting to migrate data from one instance or environment to another, or you're running load or performance testing on your application and you want to take a snapshot kind of at the start of that test, run those tests, and at the end of the test, restore the state of your application and your data to the state it was at the outset of that test. Okay, so that's a wrap. That covers the services that we provide with standard Premier and Premier Plus. What's next? So we're always happy to hear any feedback. If you have any to share, you can schedule an onboarding session. I talked about that being a program that we're doing with new customers, but we're happy to do that with existing customers as well. Largely, we follow a lot of the things that I've covered here, but a little more specific to your applications and how your applications are hosted and what your support level is, and a little bit more kind of tactical in how we work together with our customers. So whether you're a new customer or an existing customer, if you feel like you would benefit from spending time with one of our regional managers to talk about how we work with our customers, sign up for an onboarding session at support@appian.com. You can request an Appian support data sheet either through support or through your account executive. So kind of a snapshot there of it on the right. All of the services that we've talked about kind of in a easier to digest one-sheeter that gives you a matrix of which services are available for each support level. So I think that's it. Thank you again for attending the session, and I'll look forward to the Q&A. Thanks.